And take one. Is this my hair straight? My hairline? It's not.
Yeah.
Whatever. Hey everyone!
Hi!
Welcome back to another episode of Baddies in Business. So as y'all can tell, I have a special baddie today. And by the way, we are finally doing video. How do you feel about this?
I'm so excited.
I know.
I actually expected it. That's why I dressed up.
Right, she didn't know that it was only clips. So as some of y'all know, it was only clips for certain things. But we have full video now, and I'm so excited to bring this alongside to y'all. Is that even a word? I don't think so.
We'll make it a word.
We'll make it a word. Add it to Webster. But welcome back to another episode. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We are in episode 6. Who is this the 6th business baddie we have here? Thank you.
I remember you talking about it.
I did, yes.
And it's here.
It is. It's here. And I'm so excited to have you here because y'all, as y'all know, she doesn't live in Bryan College Station anymore. But she did have a, would you consider yourself a commuter?
Okay, so with the classes, yes, I do them in Texas. But I wouldn't say I'm taking a lot of clientele. I take students in my classes, but as for clients, no, I'd rather not come back and forth. I really enjoy being
So you're a Cancun local?
I'm a local.
Period.
Imagine.
Oh, yeah. So, well, like I said, welcome back. So we do have a business baddie in here. As y'all know, this is Cristela Rodriguez. Pop. Little thing. She does makeup, lip fillers. I'm gonna let her explain what she does because she does a lot, y'all.
So I'm a bridal destination.
That's what she is. Yes, that's what she. When I said that's what she did here, but she's tell them, sis.
So I am a makeup artist and hairstylist for the destination weddings in Cancun, Bridal, Carmen, and Tulum. That is my full-time job. I mean, part-time, full-time, I only work 3 days a week. But my other focus is hosting classes, certification classes in the beauty industry, body sculpting, lip fillers, teeth whitening, and makeup classes. So you have a wide variety to choose from. And no excuses on why you can't start in the beauty industry and start making good money.
That's right. So thank you so much. So when someone asks you on a daily basis, what do you do? What would you say? Like, what's your quick answer? What do you do?
What do I do?
Like, what is your career?
I'm a beauty entrepreneur.
Beauty entrepreneur. Wow.
Yeah.
We're all like businesswomen. I love it. Look at, do y'all see her tan? Like,
It's a huge tan.
Yes, that's that Cancun life, y'all. But so we're gonna jump into our little first segment. So like I said, I do peaks and bits. Do you know what that is? She does. She always likes to rub it in my face about something.
So one time, he goes, "Oh my God, I love how Manny and Laura do peaks and pits."
This was prior to me even doing a podcast. I listen to a lot of podcasts all the time.
And he was like, "Have you ever heard of that?" And I was like, "Have I ever heard of that? You mean Miss Kim taught Manny and Laura about peaks and pits?"
I didn't know until I started watching, and I was like, "Oh, they did say that." I'm like, wow.
Literally, I think it's like at the end of the season, every season.
But do they call it peak and pit?
Yeah.
Because some people call it peak and low, highs and lows. I mean, it's essentially the same thing.
Peak and pit.
Peak and pit. So this is the segment I like to do on here. So start us off. What is a peak for you this week? Something good that has happened this past week for you.
Coming back to Texas.
Aww. So tell them why. Why was that such a good thing?
Oh, I was so homesick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I miss the food. You know what? Y'all think that food is so good in Cancun, and it's not. Well, I mean,
I feel like you can only get options.
Here's the thing.
There's only so much.
Cancun has been around for 50 years. That is, 50 years ago was the original of the city, or the start of the city.
Yeah.
So there's like all the good Mexican food is like up north.
Right.
Cancun, it's like there's a lot of, it has influential food from like Argentina, Brazil, Canada, Europe. There's a lot of like Italian food. There's nothing, very touristy. There's nothing like native to Cancun. So like we have Tex-Mex food, we have queso, we call tacos, but they call them burritos. And it's like breakfast tacos are not a thing.
Right. I already posted that you were craving a breakfast taco.
Yes, you don't. Yes, I do have to. I've become such a good cook because I can't find like oh my god, I can't find good food out there.
Right.
Okay, for example, I went out and I was like, I just want a potato and egg taco. And they didn't understand the concept of it. I was like, okay, just bring me potatoes and hash browns. And my friends were like, okay, the hash browns aren't a thing here.
Aww.
And so I was like, okay, just potatoes, eggs, and give me some flour tortillas. I'll make my own taco.
Right.
She gonna pull up with eggs and fries.
Oh my gosh, fries.
I was like, okay.
Fries. I mean, did you cut them up and put them in there?
Of course.
Period. What else is going on?
I had to do with what I had.
Right, exactly.
No,
oh my
yeah.
God.
So I really miss the food. Chipotle.
Did you go already?
Jersey, of course.
Jersey who? Jersey subs?
Jersey Mike's.
Oh.
Jersey Mike's, yeah, the subs. I haven't got a Torchy's queso yet. I need to go to Bill Miller's, and that's a place in San Antonio.
Bill Miller's?
In Austin, yeah.
That's the mayor of Navasota.
Really?
Yes.
Shut up. I wonder
if you're from Navasota, you know. The place is called Burt Miller's.
Bill.
Oh, Bill Miller. Never mind. His name is Burt Miller, I think. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
no.
Miller.
Fun fact, Bill Miller's, it's a chain restaurant,
Right.
Barbecue food.
Wow.
But they have amazing breakfast tacos.
They have like breakfast, brisket and egg kind of vibe.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Did you bring me one?
God, yes. They're literally my
Period.
favorite. I'm like, I was petitioning to have one in College Station. Now I'm petitioning for one in Cancun.
Yes, girl, we're gonna have one.
But
build it. You said you wanted to build a Chipotle over there.
I do. You know they're finally
She wants to
franchising.
Chipotle.
They're
Why?
franchising in South America. So
Talk to them.
I'm looking into it.
Wait, is there no Chipotle in Mexico at all?
I don't know yet. Like maybe northern Mexico.
Maybe like Mexico
the border. Maybe. Okay, but yeah, fun fact, Bill Miller's was my first job.
Oh.
I was working.
Were you making the breakfast tacos?
I was.
Yeah.
$10 an hour, I thought I was balling.
I know that's right. That was, yeah, that was the payback.
And was. Took
And
myself to
was.
Cali with that money.
Period. You saved. Would you consider yourself a good saver?
Now I am.
Now you are as an adult.
If I need to.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like money comes in consistently, so I don't really. I mean, I'm not like gonna let my bank account go below a certain
Right.
point. Then I have like my savings, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I for a period of time was awful. Like I had no savings, like no nothing. No, I was not a good saver.
Will you recommend to someone to have a business savings account?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, always.
Always.
I agree. I feel like you always have to have that support. You
Yeah,
never know.
like for example, I had to take this last minute trip.
Uh-huh.
You know, I had to buy a flight.
So let's talk
I don't
about
know
it.
my
So
phone.
why did you come back to Texas so suddenly, and like what's going on?
Oh my god, guys. So
And this falls into her peak, so we're still into her peak, y'all.
true.
That's why you're here. That's what you're happy about.
I love being back.
Look
in
at her
Texas.
freaking earrings.
Oh my god,
At
y'all
the Texas
love these
boutique.
earrings at the Texas boutique.
Yes.
Gotta rep my girl.
Yes.
They're beautiful.
Shout out.
Can you believe these are only $35? They are so beautiful and I love them.
They are so cute. If you're listening on Spotify and Apple, then go on YouTube at Betty's in Business and you can watch her earrings because they are so adorable.
I know.
Yes.
So I was at the beach on Tuesday, which was 5 days ago. 4 days ago, 5 days ago, whatever. I actually was at the beach for like 4 or 5 hours, and that's why I have this tan, because I'm not gonna lie.
She looks really good. I already said that.
I'm actually such a homebody, and it's been pretty cold in Cancun, I'm not gonna lie. It has been pretty chilly. But I went into the water to like dust the sand off my legs, and tell me why. Okay. My dog follows me in. The current took his little frisbee, and I was like, my poor baby, because he was just scrambling. He was like, my toy. And I was
Your dog?
Yes.
Aww.
I was like, my baby. And so like I went in there like trying to find it for him, and these waves. You look good. These waves are insane at this time of year. So, well, I don't even know if they're insane at this time of year, but they're insane right now.
Okay.
So the waves were incredibly strong. So I was about to get hit by a wave, and I had my phone in my pocket. Should have never walked in the water with my phone, but
so it was back here and it kind of slipped out?
yes.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, no, it didn't slip out. Okay, so here's the thing. So I was like walking in the water, dusting it off. I should have just put all my stuff down, but like I said, that didn't happen. And then this wave hits, and I was like, oh my god, my phone. I didn't want it to get wet.
Right.
That was the intention. So I go like this, and my hands were wet from looking for his toy. And my Aggie ring, I bought this when I was 50 pounds heavier. So it is very, very loose. So I was like, oh my god, my ring! And so I dropped my phone instead. And I Kept my ring.
Would you have rather lose your ring or your phone?
My phone.
Period. So you're an Aggie stan. Where you're like, you know how they say Aggies are like, you know, like very like, you know,
yes.
so like it's a thing you can't never like, you know.
I just think
y'all know how Aggies are.
The phone was replaceable. The phone was replaceable.
The ring wasn't.
The ring wasn't.
1,000%.
I worked hard for this ring. I remember I was a sophomore when I bought this ring, and you're usually a junior when you hit 90 hours. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, my mom always said that she was going to buy the ring for me. Mm-hmm. And when I called her, I was like, Mom, I hit 90 hours. I'm eligible to buy my ring. I set the date. She was like, I can't afford it. And I was like, heartbroken. I literally cried. I mean, no, I would have never, but I was just heartbroken. And I was like, no one's going to tell me I can't get my ring. Mm-hmm. And so I signed up for a favorite delivery app. It's like food delivery. Mm-hmm. I delivered food for 2 weeks nonstop, like 12 hours a day for like 2.5 weeks, and I raised $800 to buy my ring.
Wow, and that's what you call determination.
Okay.
You can never say you can't get something. Just work.
My aunt donated $100 too. She was real for that.
I still
had bills to pay, so the ring was like 7-something.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's so good. That just shows that you've always been that bitch. I'm sorry, that girl.
That baddie.
That baddie, yes. Oh my gosh, I love that for you. That's so, like, no, literally, like, that's actually really good. Like, you were like, no one's gonna tell me I'm not getting this ring. I worked so hard for this, like,
I did. I worked so hard.
I would be the same way. I feel like A&M is hard. You know, at the end of the day, that was not my route, but I just feel like that's just college. I give props to anybody who did it.
Aww.
Because I feel like
it's not that hard.
Because you cheated.
No! Aggies don't like cheat or steal.
Huh?
Aggies don't like cheat or steal.
What?
You've never heard that?
No, what'd you say? What'd you say, y'all?
It's like the phrase, it's like the Aggie honor code. Mm-hmm. It's literally something that you have to sign at the end of every exam that you take.
And every Aggie has cheated.
No.
Not every Aggie. I feel like, in every college. Don't lie.
So the Aggie honor code.
We are honest, and the Baddies in Business podcast, whatever we say here stays here.
Okay. She said.
It's okay, you don't gotta tell us. Yeah.
No, but yeah, I did work hard. Being in construction science as a girl, I was one of 3 girls in like freshman year. One of the girls dropped, so then I was one of 2, but then there was transfers. But I was one of 2 girls in my graduating class that was like the original class that did all the 4 years and wasn't a transfer.
Oh my gosh.
Out of like, I don't even know, 300 people.
Period. Props to you, Emma. And you know we're getting very out of track, but we're talking about your pink.
Yes, okay, so.
We're gonna get to that though.
I dropped my phone in the ocean, and I was like, man, alright, let's go figure this out. Mm-hmm. So I go home. My mom, she actually lives in Cancun. We have like a condo. I live on the 3rd floor. She lives on the 1st.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah,
having your mom close by.
It's nice. So I knocked on her door. I was like, Mom, I dropped my phone in the ocean. I gotta buy a flight to Texas. I was like, but I need your phone. I gotta call T-Mobile and be like, hey, should I do insurance? Should I just get the new phone? Like, didn't know which route to take. So she kind of helped me out with that and just looking at flights because my mind was just everywhere. So figured that out, bought my flight. I flew the next day on Wednesday, just like 4 days ago, whatever, 3 days ago, I don't know. I'm like, what's today? I thought today was Sunday, like for a week now.
I did too. This weekend has been a little weird. I feel like it's the weather.
It is the weather. True.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it feels like a Sunday.
It does. It's very chill vibes. I'm just trying to make sure I look right. Do I look right?
You look good.
You look gorgeous. Look at that booty. Y'all see that booty?
Oh my god. It's real. I'm just kidding.
It's not?
Yeah.
And why'd you say you're just kidding?
No, it's a little body sculpting.
Well, it's still real.
True.
Yeah, it's still real. It's no surgeries, no shots.
True.
I want butt shots. Where'd you get butt shots?
I don't know how long it lasts.
Me either.
If it lasted a minute, yeah.
I want to. I feel like it's an easy route.
Yeah. Why not, right?
Why not, right?
I think it's just filler. If I knew what it was. If it was just filler, then yeah.
Then yeah. I would assume so. Would you return? I wonder how much.
Imagine.
If y'all know, please let us know in the comments down below.
I'll get certified so I can do my own.
Oh, yeah. It's just... People do it at the hotel room.
You know they do it with the hyaluron pen?
I heard that. Or I've seen it somewhere on a video.
That's crazy.
They do everything with the hyaluron pen nowadays. Okay. Everything. And then want to talk about lips.
Yeah. So I flew here and Yeah, so much has happened just in the 3 days that I've been here.
So that was your peak. Just coming
That
back.
was my peak.
Okay, so I'm gonna move on to my peak so we can get to your pit. My peak of this week has been just probably let's see. I went shopping and I got a lot of like cute things, like just I guess it was shopping for myself and shopping for the business. I went makeup shopping. I like going makeup shopping. I feel like it's very therapeutic, I don't go too often because when I go I try to stock up as much as I can.
Yeah.
But I went and they have like cute new stuff, new seasonal things. If you haven't been to Ulta, y'all should definitely go. Do you have an Ulta in Mexico? You should go.
I miss Ulta. No, I went and spent $100 2 days ago.
That's what I'm saying. Like, did you see that one? Like, yeah. I don't know. Did you go to this one? Yeah. Yeah, y'all should check it out. That was my thing. And then I had like a little self-care day. I feel like those are always very important. Went a little shopping. Have you been shopping recently?
Yeah, I bought this 2 days ago at Express.
Why didn't you go with me?
It was so last minute.
Yeah, so I think I went 2 days ago too.
I actually went in because for some reason I only packed like
hot clothes.
No, I didn't pack enough underwear.
Y'all, look at what she's wearing. It's cold outside.
True.
Okay. But it's not cold in here.
I have a huge Columbia jacket.
That's so cute. Can I keep it?
No, it's not mine. Awkward. I didn't bring that.
Just kidding.
No, but yeah, so I didn't buy enough underwear and I had to go to Victoria's Secret. And then I passed the Express and like all of this was like $7 and I was like, it's fine. Yeah. It was giving like...
It's a very cute outfit. You can wear that in Cancun too.
That's why I bought it. Because I was like, it's giving...
It's giving.
The boho chic.
Her. But yes, that was my peak. It's just very, you always need... Yeah, sometimes you need to... I haven't not been shopping in forever. Literally. Because at least not for myself, obviously. But anyways, what was your pick for this upcoming week? Something bad that happened?
Something bad that happened.
Or negative? Anything, personal, love life, business?
Honestly, I'm so glad that there's no pit in my business.
Okay.
Thank God.
That's good.
I feel like my pits, there was a lot of pits this week, unexpected pits, but I just love, I'm a preach, but God's always going to get you through a pit. So I feel like no matter how many bad things happen, we may think things are bad, but
So what's your pit?
There's so
Maybe not bad, but just like something negative. You could also say your phone, but that's turned into a peak.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, God's always gonna take care of us. So I'm like, every pit is gonna, what may feel to a pit to you may be like a blessing. Like, I remember getting fired and thinking that was the worst thing that could happen. I remember going home crying, and then...
Where'd you get fired from?
DR Horton, LOL.
Who?
I was a developer, a mass home developer. Yeah, I was selling their houses.
Was that with your degree?
Kind of. You didn't need a degree to get the job, but I did get it at a career fair.
Oh.
But my pit this week, a lot of pits. I mean, I guess, the phone, I was like, man, I lost my phone. And then when I got the new phone, it didn't work, so then I had to go back again.
I know a pit. I know a pit.
And then I have my car pit.
Oh, yeah.
And not my carpet, but my car is a pit. So let me tell you what happened.
Right here.
I have a car here. I have a nice car. Had a nice car.
Ready to clock the tea? This is tea.
Okay, I'm not gonna go like too tea. I'm not that dramatic. I'm not that dramatic.
And we can't, we're not like that.
No, we're not like that.
On the Baddies in Business podcast.
Yes, but at the end of the day, I rented out my car because I obviously don't live here. So I do rent out my car, and I always make it clear with the person, like, hey, I'm gonna come back occasionally, like every 3 or 4 months. I'm gonna use the car for about like the 5 to 7 days that I'm here, and I'm gonna leave. I'll, whatever. I get my car back in the worst condition that I've ever seen it in. Guys, when I tell you the AC vents are broken, my speakers are blown out, there's a dent in the bumper, and I'm like, the scratches in the back of my car. And I know it's just a material item, but at the end of the day, like, I didn't buy that car cash when I was 20.
That sucks because guess what? It's a BMW.
It's a BMW X3. She's
I thought
cute.
it was a Nissan, but it's cute. I love my Nissan. But imagine a BMW.
I was salty, y'all. So yeah, but you know what? A peak of the pit, I found a new renter and he's very reliable and I'm very happy. So, things could be worse. And then just another pit, lost some family members, but again, I know.
I'm so sorry for your lost friend.
Thank you. I'll be okay. But I think, again, a peak. I was not supposed to come to Texas until another 3 weeks. And then because my phone fell in the ocean, I took an emergency trip here. And now I get to be with my family during this
Everything
time.
happens for a reason. That's so crazy.
Literally everything. I've literally been saying that since I got off of my flight. I was like, oh my God, God dropped my phone in the ocean for a reason. Like, I've been saying that about everything. And then, like, what happened to my family? I had two family members. It was just crazy. And I'm just like, I'm so happy that I'm able to be with my family this week. And
I felt like you needed that break, just that, that regroup.
I have been very busy, like really busy, and I really did need a break. It's a lot.
Well, I'm happy you're here.
I'm so happy to be here.
I missed her, y'all.
What's your pet?
My pet, I need to plan these, huh? My pet, but I'm a fasting girl. My pet is going to be that my skin has been playing with me nowadays, and that I also haven't had a haircut. I like to be very put together, but I just haven't had the time. And maybe when I do have the time, I just don't make the time. But I just need to get a haircut. I like my fades, and also my skin hasn't been working with me. Like I struggled this morning to get it together.
But we fixed that.
We did. We got it together. I look amazing.
How about the same?
Yes. Clock it. But yeah, it's just obviously nothing too crazy, too bad. Obviously, I haven't had nothing too crazy going on right now, like to have a bad thing, thankfully, thank God. But, I have to say something.
Okay, question. What? Can you cut your own hair?
No.
No?
I mean, I wouldn't do it.
No?
Mm-mm.
You don't do barbering?
No, I've done it because in cosmetology school, you have to learn how to cut a man's hair. But I was never that great at it. I wouldn't say I was terrible. But I was never great. It's just not my thing.
So, my man's a barber. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
He cuts his own hair. He has this 3-way mirror and a mirror behind him, and he will do the dopest
I wish I could. You know how much money I would save?
I'm saying, have you ever thought about putting your hair up?
I want to do something different.
Yeah. A little different. Let's switch up.
Let me know in the comments below what I should try.
Little rebrand.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and he will do the dopest designs in the back of his head. And I'm like, how do you do that? Before I left, he was like, hey, do you want to, edge me up? And I was like, no, I've never done that before. And he was like, just try it. So I do it, and I'm like, okay.
If you can do a sharp liner, you can do an edge up.
You would think, right? So I do
Mine's a little crooked.
Well, no, okay, so I do it. And he's like, did you even do anything? And I was like, I was so scared to do anything. So he had to do it himself.
Oh my gosh, you should just
it was not working out for me. I was so scared to use that thing.
Oh my gosh.
It just immediately.
Imagine it's very sharp. The trimmers.
I was not.
I use those to shave sometimes, but they're very sharp.
You know what I don't like about these phones is that they stay on. There's no off button.
What phone is that?
The new one.
You got the iPhone 15?
Yeah.
They don't. Can I see? Yeah. Just gonna grab her phone. It doesn't turn off? Oh, hell no. I couldn't do it.
I know.
It goes a little darker.
And that's it.
But it doesn't turn off.
I know.
I couldn't do it.
But you know what I like about it? Since it bothers me, I do this. Oh. And I never look.
Easy fix.
I never look. Because that's the only way it turns off.
Yes.
Because I peeked under the table to see if it would do it.
And it does. Oh, it makes it turns off. Darkness.
Wow. But I literally like it because it forces you to turn the phone over and actually talk to the person. You know what I mean? And just
so it won't pop up.
And you don't even see the notifications at all. I kind of like it.
So you recommend it?
If you do that. Okay. If you don't, the phones are darn crazy.
We'll be right back, y'all. We're going to go on a quick little break, and we'll be back to fully interview this girlie here. I have a lot of questions for you. Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Yes, we'll be right back. Hey y'all, so we are back from our little break. And so we're going to get to the good stuff. We're going to get to the chisme. Do you know what chisme means?
Yes.
Duh.
I live in Mexico now.
Let me not try to play with you, huh? Trying to play with your character.
Okay.
So we're going to get into the chisme. I want to know a little bit about you, how everything happened, but we're going to start with your childhood. How was Cristela as a little girl? How were you growing up? Were you quiet, outgoing? Were you that girl? A little bit about your family. Just let us in.
Oh my God, I love this. I love how deep you get with your podcast.
Thank you. I really want to know. We all want to know.
Okay. My childhood, it's just with me and my mom.
Okay. My
whole life. She never got married when I was a kid. And I was raised in San Antonio, Countdown City.
Countdown City?
Yeah, it's the area code is 210. Counts down.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you
3, 2, 1.
there's like this, you know Tim Duncan? Oh my god.
Tim Duncan?
Do you know Tony Parker?
No.
Stop.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the people don't know either.
Everyone knows who Tim Duncan is.
Who is? That's like saying everyone knows who Jay Ruiz is.
They are literally 5-time NBA champions.
I don't know, when they play for the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
Well, I don't watch basketball.
Like everybody knows them.
No.
Anyways, there's this picture of Tim Duncan, like with his hands up, and he's like doing that. Anyways, yeah, so I was raised in San Antonio.
Period. We love that.
I had a really, I had such a cute childhood. My mom loved me so much.
Aww.
Yeah, I just went to I actually went to 5 different elementary schools.
Wow, wow.
Actually, my mom was a teacher, and she always wanted me to go into the school she taught at.
Okay.
There was only, from 3rd grade to 5th grade. No. I think just 2nd grade and 3rd grade I went without her, and then 4th and 5th I was at 2 different high school, or middle schools. Or elementary schools. I went to 1 middle school, and I remember in middle school I wasn't used to being in one place for so long. I was so used to meeting new people. Yeah.
Was your mom specifically elementary education? So which is why she couldn't move up with you to middle school?
That's a good question. No, she actually taught all levels. She taught high school when she started, then she moved to elementary school.
Did she stick to elementary? She liked that more, maybe?
I don't know. When I went in high school, she went to middle school. Okay. I don't know what it was. I think she was in a contract with a certain school for a certain amount of time.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I think while she could be with me, she was with me. You know?
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. So, I went to a middle school, and I just remember thinking oh my god, I want to meet new people, I want new friends. Although some of my middle school friends are still really good friends of mine.
Oh really? That's good, because that doesn't happen.
Yeah, often. My neighbors, the people that lived on my block, they're still actually really good friends of mine. One of them I certified in body sculpting.
Period.
And then my other one, he owns a $1 million fence company in San Antonio.
Period.
And my other one, he's just living his best life. I love him so much.
I love that. Shout out to her friends.
Okay, shout out to my friends.
Yeah.
And then in middle school, I decided to go to a career-based high school.
Okay.
So instead of going to my regular high school, this 1 year zoned for, when you go to public school. So,
okay, yeah.
You were zoned, you couldn't go to College Station High School living out in Navasota,
right.
So I didn't go to the one that I was supposed to go to because I wanted to go to a career-based high school. So in San Antonio, they're called magnet schools because they're connected to a regular school in the district. There was 10 schools in the district.
Okay.
It was crazy moving here, and I was there's only 2 high schools here.
Yeah. Imagine Navasota, there's only 1.
Yeah, that's crazy. I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
That was another thing. My mom had cancer when I was 10, so that was 5th grade for me. Yeah.
Wow.
So that was 5th grade for me, and that was why she couldn't go to middle school
with you, because she was saying maybe she wasn't working at the time.
Yeah. So she wasn't. I was 10 and 11, I was really on my own. Of course, she left me with people. She didn't just leave me by myself.
Right. Yeah,
my family, all of her sisters were there for me, and her, of course, and my grandpa. And they, my aunts live in Wisconsin, Dallas, and Austin. And I just remember they were all there for me.
Oh, that's really
And
good.
my mom, and they're amazing. So, and even now to this day, they're all very supportive of my business. They've always wanted to see me do good. So I'm very grateful to have I've always, my entire childhood, my adulthood, I've had such a great support system. So shout out to my family. I love y'all.
I love that. Yes.
I'm I don't emo.
Well, because
I'm gonna go see them Monday.
That's good. I feel you had that support. Maybe you had growing up with a single mother and stuff like that. You had that support from your from family. You never felt like you were missing anything.
True. Yeah. And I'm an only child, actually.
Exactly. That's why they like maybe not favor you, but maybe do in a way like, oh, like, do you need any, you know?
Yeah, they were always there for me in that way. Like, and my cousins were like sisters to me, and we're so close.
Yeah, you grew up very close to them.
Yes. Well, actually, no. They lived in Dallas my whole life, but one of them actually went to A&M.
Around the same time as you.
So I graduated high school. Her and I are 6 months apart. So I went to school first, and then she came to school when she finished high school. But anyways, so we get into high school. I went to a business career high school. So there was construction, business, communication, like a theater arts one, and something that I can't remember, an engineering one. And I went to the business one because I just remember thinking, if I'm going to do anything in life, it's going to be business. Or business is always going to help, you know?
So you always had, like, did you always know you wanted to have a business, some kind of business, or work in some kind of business?
No, I actually had no idea what I wanted to do.
You were just like, oh, well, let's do it.
I was like maybe 12, 13 at the time when I decided, because I was still in middle school when you had to choose which high school you wanted to go to.
Okay.
So I just remember not wanting to go to the high school I was zoned for because I wanted to meet new people. I wasn't used to being in one place for so long. Probably why I am kind of nomadic. Like I'm always traveling.
Yeah. You're used to bouncing up and down.
Yeah. Although I was literally raised in one house my entire childhood. My mom and I traveled a lot. Like she would take us, like we went to New York, we'd go to Cali, we went to Wisconsin, we traveled. So anyways, I chose to go to a business school because I just figured, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I figured business would help regardless. Like whether I wanted to work as a veterinarian or be a lawyer. I was thinking I was gonna have like a 9 to 5. Like that was my whole world. Like everybody that I knew, I didn't know.
That was the goal was at the time.
Yeah, I didn't know what an entrepreneur was. I thought being a business owner and like, I mean, I thought like people chose for you.
This also wasn't like a common theme back
yeah. But it wasn't.
Yeah, But it wasn't like a common thing. I feel like it's become very much not a trend, but a trend.
It was 2011.
Yeah.
So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, that definitely was.
That was 15 years ago. Yeah.
How old are you? Can we know?
I'm 25.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're young. She's over your top.
I'm not that old, but I turned 26 in April.
I turned 22. I feel old.
22 is my best.
They're like, you're not old. I feel old. 22? Really? So you think that's gonna be my best year?
Yes.
I hope so. I feel it. I feel very positive.
Oh my gosh, 22 is gonna be so good for you.
I'm feeling 22.
And you will feel 22. It's the best feeling. Oh, I love being 20.
Okay, so yeah, what happened? So how was that high school for you? Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the classes, the business classes, and things like that?
Yes. You know, I still talk to my business teachers to this day.
Was this freshman year to senior year, like this on the whole high school?
Yeah, so you had to take like accounting classes. I learned how to type. I took entrepreneurship classes. You took management classes. Everything for business.
I've never heard anything like that. So how would you differentiate that high school to like a regular public high school?
So we was actually very regular. Like I was still a cheerleader.
Okay, so y'all still had all those stuff.
Yes.
Okay, football games.
Okay, we still had football games. We had proms.
Okay,
yes.
So very regular.
Yeah,
but your classes were different.
Exactly. We were on the same campus as a regular school. So mine was connected to what's called Holmes High School. Go Huskies.
Go Rattlers. Go Rattlers. Huskies, that's what y'all were? That's so cute. Was it a dog?
Yes. What is a husky to you?
Was it the dog husky vibe?
Yes. That's what. Bark, bark.
That's what that meant. Oh my god. You were a cheerleader?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yes.
Oh, that's so cute. I see it.
Stop. You want to see me tumble real quick?
Sure.
Wait, not like this.
We'll put a picture right here.
On a video. Yeah. We'll put
oh my gosh. Were you a cheerleader freshman year to senior year?
Sophomore year to senior year.
Were you in varsity in sophomore year or until senior, junior?
I was on JV my first year. I had no cheerleading experience. Did not know how to do a backflip. Like none of that. My coach, which I'll get into that. She was amazing, and I learned how to tumble. I learned how to stunt.
Tumble and rumble.
Okay, we had 3 championships. We were really
Y'all
good. We were really
girls.
good, actually. She was an amazing coach, though. Okay.
Okay, let's watch. Let's hear.
Yeah.
Wow, can you do that today?
Fuck.
Ah! Yeah, she literally did a whole little boom, 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 boom.
That's funny. I'll send it to you.
Okay, send it to me. Maybe I can put it on here. But definitely send me a picture of you as a cheerleader.
Oh, well, you gotta blur me when I say that F word, because I don't watch this.
Okay.
I'm off.
I didn't even hear you say it. When did you say
Never.
it?
Ew, so low.
Should have mentioned it. But oh my gosh, so do you feel like you would have rather gone to like maybe a public school instead of that school, or do you really appreciate that school?
No, I really appreciate that school.
That's good.
I also don't know what I wouldn't know if I didn't go to that school.
Right.
Like I was accepted into A&M before I became a senior.
Okay, so I want to get into that. So did you gain credits in that high school, like for college? Like did you take college classes, like senior, junior year or something?
Yes, so like I didn't have to take math at A&M.
So you went to A&M basically maybe like as a sophomore or something. Or maybe like a late freshman or something.
Type, yeah.
Period.
Yeah, so, and it wasn't the business classes. I took what's called dual credit classes. So they were college.
Half college, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I got the credit for it. Yeah, so that was high school, and then like I said, I can never stay in one place for too long, and I grew out San Antonio, so I was like, I'm ready to leave.
You chose Texas A&M from the jump?
Yes, my grandpa graduated from A&M in '66.
Oh, wow.
That was when women weren't allowed there. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
I know.
His granddaughter going there.
He's a hater. He's like, yeah, that was when A&M was good.
Ah!
I'm like, okay.
Like, no, sir.
Okay. So, so there was UT, but I felt like Austin was too close to San Antonio, so I didn't want to go there. Lubbock was too far for tech. State, no hate, but... And if I was going to go to a school, I wanted to go to a good school. You know, because I also...
You talking about Texas State? You don't like it?
I just didn't see myself at a party school.
It's getting party, yeah.
Yeah.
Texas Tech too, though.
It's just not like a...
Texas State and Texas Tech, they all have Texas
No, Tech is a lot more prestigious than State.
Tech? Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah. But not as prestigious as A&M. Actually, I don't know. Their acceptance rate might be lower at this point. A&M's acceptance rate, they're low. They be taking it everybody.
You think so?
No, I know. So their acceptance rate is like in the 60s, and UT's it's like in the 30s.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like they literally accept anybody. I was automatically accepted into A&M because I had a certain percentage. Like, if you were top 10% of your class, you got automatically accepted into any Texas school.
Yeah.
So I was never.
That happened to me too.
Yeah, her.
Why did that?
Oh.
You got to the top 10%.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Right? Why not? Let's say I was. Actually, I would say I was.
That's hilarious.
I wasn't in the picture, but I would say.
I was 34th out of 713 students. But I didn't think...
700? My class was like 200.
Stop. That's... Well, I lived
2070.
I mean, I lived in San Antonio. It was a big
exactly.
city. Yeah. Actually saying it out loud, like being like the 34th, I was mad I wasn't top 10 students. I was like pretty
So you were
close.
top 10%.
Yeah, that's top 6%. No, but anyways, so.
But if you were in a smaller school, you wouldn't be.
No. Yeah, no.
Say that you had 170. Imagine how hard that would be.
Well, I would.
Not hard, not if everyone was.
I just would have been the valedictorian.
Exactly. Exactly. No, it's pre-game. I'm feeling it.
Imagine. Oh my god, I wish.
I know.
No, but I will say high school was very easy for me. Like, I didn't think college was going to be hard. College was very difficult.
Yeah.
But I also went into construction, which, here's the thing. Like I said, my coach in high school was very influential in my life.
Okay.
She was like my second mom, literally.
Coach for cheer?
For cheerleading.
Okay.
Yeah. So her husband, she had a Lexus, Gucci bags. Like, to me, when she traveled, I was like,
you look up to her.
Yes, because I was
mesmerized. Like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, I want that life.
I was so inspired, you know. And
was she a baddie?
What do you mean?
Like, I mean,
she's.
I don't know. What would y'all describe as a baddie?
If I could explain like the best woman in the world, I would say my coach. Like she just.
Okay, well then she's a baddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny. My mom used to say that I would like act like her just because I'd be around her so much, you know. But I will say she taught me a lot of strength and discipline. A lot of discipline, I will say, and. I would not be where I am today.
Without her?
Yeah,
Do you consider her like a very important woman, like
in my
inspiration
life.
In your life? Like
yes.
That girl? Period.
Like, I still to this day, I texted her on the Super Bowl because I missed her, and I was like, oh my god, your favorite team is playing!
What's your favorite team? Chiefs?
The Niners.
The Niners. They lost.
Sorry, coach.
Sorry, coach, if you're listening. So, when you went from high school, you went to A&M. How was that experience?
Oh, so here's the thing. So, she had all these nice things, and I was like, oh my god. How do you have all these nice things? And she was like, my husband. And I was like, okay, well, I know a man's not gonna get, you know, my mom was never married, so having a husband take care of me was never like a thing for me.
Yeah, you were never thinking about it.
It's just like if you don't know about it, then you don't know about it. When you're a kid, you know, you only know what you're taught.
Right.
And so I was not raised.
You were like, her mom can do it, I can do it.
Well, my mom worked like 3 jobs. She had 2 master's degrees, but still was a teacher and a waitress. You know what I mean? So I wanted to do better than that. You know, I didn't want that lifestyle. Right. You know, I didn't want to be a waitress. You know, and I was just like, and my mom inspired me in that way. Like she worked very hard to give me the best life and the best childhood.
1,000%.
But in her way, that was not the route that I wanted to see. I saw her struggle, and she always wanted better for me.
Right, exactly.
You know,
she used that as your motivation to.
Yeah, she graduated from UT actually.
Period. Longhorns. Are they Longhorns? Downhorns?
Yeah, Downhorns.
Go Longhorns. Shout out to.
You gotta put them wider. Actually, it's a thing.
Like this.
It's a thing for like UT people.
So I can't do this. This is H-Town.
Yeah.
And this is Longhorns.
There you go. So anyways, he graduated in construction science, her husband, at UTSA. And like I said, I didn't want to go to UTSA. There was only 2 school options I had. It was A&M and USC in Cali, but Cali was too far. So I went to go visit the school, and USC was beautiful.
Really? In Cali?
Mm-hmm. It's the University of Southern California. It was beautiful. But it was really far, and just being like 17 and like never being away from my mom, I was like, I don't think I could be that far.
Yeah.
So I went to A&M. I went into construction science because I was like, I want to get a job that right when I get out, I'm going to be making money. I'm going to live a good life, like, you know? And I followed in her husband's footsteps because I was like, well, if he can do that, then I can do that, you know? And
what did her husband do?
He was a project manager. Okay. And there were so many people, a lot of men that were just like, be careful getting in construction, like they're gonna run over you. And I'm like, with a woman like my coach that raised me, no one can run over me.
Shout out to that coach.
She is a baddie. She
taught you to
in the best way. That's why I was like, what do you mean by that?
It's a good thing. A baddie is being just a boss ass, you know, B-word, and being that girl. You know, that girl. Just, you know, being that girl. Just the way you present yourself, what you do, how you handle life.
And she carried herself so...
I think that's very important.
Yes,
just
so
carry yourself. You just have to think that you're a baddie. If you think you're a baddie, you're a baddie.
And she did. She was thebomb.com.
Yeah.
So I did that. I went to A&M in construction, and once I actually got there, like I said, I was 1 of 2 students, so every guy was so supportive. Like all of the professors were obviously men. There was a couple of female professors, but all of them were male. So majority, there was 2. And but my freshman year there was no women professors. So I had this one professor, and he just, you know, my freshman year could have gone 1 of 2 ways, and it really depended on the people that I was around. And my professor really wanted to see me win,
that's
for
good.
real. And
that's very important, I feel like.
Yeah, and he was like, you need to get with this person so that he's really smart in the class. If y'all get to study together, if y'all study together, then you'll succeed. And he was like, there's not enough women in construction. Like, he was trying to change the industry because this was 2016. It was a very male-dominated industry. He was excited about,
like, okay, like, not jealous, not like, don't do it, you can't do it.
He was very encouraging. And there was a lack of women in the construction industry. He knew that, and he was like, women can change it, you know, like, and he was so amazing. Anyways, I did end up getting with that guy, and he is literally to this day my best friend. He went to Playa del Carmen this week, and I had to fly back, and I missed him. I'm so sad. But anyways, he was my study partner, and we became best friends all throughout college, and he helped me my underclass.
Helped you, like, excuse me, with, like, stuff and things like
with school, because, like, I remember my first day, my professor is talking about studs, and I was like,
what?
Studs.
Okay.
And I'll enlighten you, because I know you don't know what they are either.
What are you trying to say? I know.
So I was like, I know one of two studs. The earring and the girl. And
me too.
So I've always heard, if you have a question, raise your hand. Because a lot of other people probably have a question.
The same one, too.
Yeah. So I raised my hand, and I'm like, what's a stud? And everyone in the class is just like, did she just ask that? And he literally looked at me and was like, Cristela, please see me after class. I was like, oh my God.
You're like, oh.
I was so embarrassed.
I would be too.
The studs are in here. They're like...
Oh, it's like with the hard stuff.
Yeah. They're like every 16 inches, you'll hear one. Like right there. So they're the framing, right? That's a stud.
Period. Yeah, know that.
Now I know. Don't underestimate my construction knowledge.
Get out of here. You know that little TikTok. Get out of here.
Literally. Oh my God. No. And I was like, and that was when he was like, you need help. Yeah. So after that, I took it a little more seriously because I did not want to be in college for more than 4 years. So switching my major wasn't an option.
Right.
And I don't know why I didn't get go to business, but I remember saying, oh, I have a business high school degree. I want to get something different.
Yeah.
I should have gotten a business degree. Yeah. But, I have all this construction knowledge now, so it helps in real estate, though.
Yeah, you could use that. So.
So, anyways, I actually finished construction science.
Okay.
I got
So she has her, what is it, your bachelor's?
Bachelor's.
In construction science.
Yes.
From Texas A&M University.
Yes.
In College Station, Texas. Crazy! Give me a high five for that. Wow, is that your egg ring?
Yes.
Show it off. Period. Look at that diamond.
Zooms in on it. Sure, I did get a diamond in it.
Let me see. Can I wear it? You think it'll... Oh, I went to A&M too. So how was your experience going from San Antonio to College Station? Did you struggle at all? Was there anything like, were you like scared, nervous, excited? Were you like, was there something there?
Yeah, okay. Well, I was so excited for a new beginning, you know? Like, I was so excited to go to another city, meet new people, the opportunity.
Okay.
I was sad because my whole high school, like, senior year, I was always like, I want to be a makeup artist. And everybody was like, so all throughout high school, I was doing makeup. Well, my junior and senior year, I was doing makeup for proms, homecomings. And my senior year, I actually got hired on with MAC.
Okay.
In San Antonio. I feel like my story
senior year of college?
High school.
High school, okay.
Yeah, my senior year of high school.
So let's get into that. You got into makeup and you were working at MAC?
Yes. Actually I got hired at MAC in my senior year. And then I got accepted into A&M. So I moved and I got hired in San Antonio. And I got hired as a freelancer, which means they call you when they need you. You're not on the team. And it's actually very hard to make the MAC team. And so I moved and I never heard from MAC again until December. And I went on winter break, my first semester of college, which went great. College was great for me. I made so many good friends. And I passed. So I remember my only advice that I got from my college was, from my coach to go to college, she was like, don't fail. I was like, and it was crazy because I didn't know you could fail out of college. Like,
really?
Literally, like I said, if you don't know something as a child, you just don't know.
Right.
I didn't know somebody could go to college and fail. I thought you just went and you finished your years.
You thought they would just pass.
It just wasn't a concept in my mind, you know? Failure was not an option.
And nails are cute. I'm getting so distracted. I didn't even know they were red. Did you get them done here in Cancun?
I did them myself.
Dang, she's a nail tech too?
Come on, you knew this.
Alright, I did. But continue, I'm sorry.
So, what was I talking about?
You were,
Are we rambling?
Oh, that you were working at Mac and you were a freelancer and college, first semester of college.
Yes. So the winter semester hits, I get a phone call and they're like, hey, this is Mac in San Antonio. Do you want to work for the winter season? And I was like, oh my God, yes, because you get a month off of college before you get to the semester.
It was perfect for you.
It was.
So you were going back home anyway.
Exactly. So I went and they loved me. Like, and I loved them. Like, my Mac girls are the Mac girls for till the end for real.
I love when a lot of people have a Mac like, as makeup artists, like even like famous ones, Jeffree Star, I mean that's all I know. Have like Mac experience. Like, I worked at Mac. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I worked at Mac, I started at Mac. So tell us about working at Mac. How was that experience? Is it like actually like do you learn a lot? Like what? Like what's the experience of working at Mac? Because I feel like it's common.
Yeah, so after that winter break, they loved me so much and they didn't even want to let me go. Wow. But they knew I lived 3 hours away. So this was the deal. I went to school Monday through Friday morning, and then I'd drive to San Antonio and work Friday through Sunday, and then I'd go back.
So you were doing that a lot?
I did that for 3 years, up until my junior year of
Every
college.
weekend, you would just come home?
I loved working at Mac.
You were like, I don't care.
First of all, they paid.
Oh, okay.
They paid. And so second of all, I loved my team. I loved working at Mac. I loved getting better. They were, okay, so like, really deep. I had a manager, both Annie and Anthony. They believed in me so much. Like, they thought I was so talented. Looking back, I wasn't not talented, but it was different. I was really good back then. And Mac, I remember one of the the manager, the regional manager came in, and I did makeup. I took an hour, used 1 million products and 1 million brushes, and he looks at me and he goes, Cristela, you did a great job. But you used way too many products, you took way too much time, and you used all these brushes. You do not look like a professional. And I was like, oh my God. He was like, you need this, 5 products, 5 brushes. You're trying to sell something. And he turned me into a saleswoman for real. Like, I got my sales job at DR Horton by giving them the MAC card of sales. I'll get into that later. That's cool. Yes. So anyways, he taught me some good sales tips. But my managers at the store in Macy's, they just thought I was so talented. Like, they believed in me. And like I said, I've always had a support system that always believed in me. And I think
that's very
having people be like, you can do it, you're so talented, you're so good. Like, it was encouraging for me to do more. Right. Instead of people being like, you're not that good of a makeup artist. You know what I mean? Because I probably would have never kept going.
You are a good makeup artist. I see your old pictures. You're really good.
Thank you. So anyways, I remember Anthony had told me, if you're not a makeup artist in your life, you wasted God's talent to you. And
wow.
And I took that to heart. Like, I really did. And like I said, I did this for 3 years, going back and forth. And in the summer, he died, my manager. And so I was like, he's literally also a very influential person, because like I said, I don't think I'd be a makeup artist if it wasn't for him, you know?
Oh my God.
I know. He died in his sleep, dude. It was crazy. Like, we had no idea, you know? And so, like, after that, I know.
I think you're going to cry.
I was so sad.
And I didn't expect that. That took a little turn. I was like,
I know, that's what I was like, I'm about to get really deep.
Oh my God.
I know. And so, I remember going back, because they were like, Cristela, like, we need you, you know? And I was like, okay. And I just remember going back and just it felt so empty. Like, the Macy's didn't play music because of him, like to honor him, you know? And so, like, everything was just quiet. And, like, people would come in and ask for him. I remember I literally broke down in front of a client and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I literally couldn't hold it together because, like, we were very close. Like, we hung out outside of work. He knew Blue. Like, I knew his dogs. Like, it was a lot. Especially for someone that just believed in me so much, you know? Every weekend seeing that, you know?
Yeah.
And
then it's just not being there anymore.
Yeah. And I just remember he, like, literally came to me in a dream that weekend, and I was just like, oh my God. I was like, I have to be a makeup artist, you know? And from there, I ended up moving to the College Station location because I couldn't be there anymore. And those women, funny story, my manager at the College Station location lives in Merida. And so when COVID shut down, she moved to Mexico. And do you know what Merida is?
No.
Oh, it's like 2 hours away from Cancun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And so she's working a wedding with me next week.
Oh, my God.
I know! I'm so excited.
That's crazy.
So,
That's crazy.
So MAC lost their whole team when I went my senior year. This was my senior year of college, 2020. And I started, and it was just me and her and a guy. And then, do you know Tashira Williams, the makeup artist? No? She used to be here, and then she went to Houston.
Oh, okay.
She started, and the three of us, like, me, my manager, and Tashira, like, we were very talented as a team. We made
good partnerships.
We made a very good team. And Tashira taught me a lot of business. Like, she was freelancing. I was still only doing MAC. I was only working at MAC. Like, I didn't take clients at home. The idea of being I was still in college. I was ready.
That was just your job.
Exactly. And that was my college job. Yeah.
Exactly.
And, like, I had gone on an internship during college. I already figured out that I wanted to sell houses after college. Yeah, I worked for Pulte Homes, and then for my internship, and then I worked for D.R. Horton after. So, anyways, she was actually very business minded, and I was like, I was just very inspired. I was like, dang, she's taking clients and
like
she's
she knows what she's doing. Yeah.
She knew what she was doing, and she's always been so talented, and she's always been a friend, like a really good friend.
Yeah.
And
you saw her as like motivation. Like, I want to do that.
Yeah, and so she motivated me to do that. And then my senior year of college, COVID hit. All of the classes that we were taking went online, and my teacher, the only unsupportive teacher I ever had at A&M, he was like, I was late to his class once, the very first day, because I had gotten in a car accident, I went to Enterprise, and Enterprise took forever, and I missed the class.
Okay.
But I still showed up to make sure I didn't have the wrong syllabus or whatever, which he gave me the wrong one. Anyways, he was like, you're a failure if you're going to be late, like, why even try in life, like,
oh my God.
He just dogged on me. And from there, from A&M to the courthouse, I cried and I started an LLC. I was like, you are not going to tell me I'm going to fail in life.
Period. You went straight to the courthouse?
And I was like, I am not, that same day, literally, I just posted about it. It was in January because it was the first week of class.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can see my memories from like 2 years ago today. Or 3.
Wait, you posted it on Snapchat, right? I think
on Facebook.
I saw it. I think I did.
Yeah, and I started my business, and I was like, I do eyebrows and makeup from home, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was still in college. I still thought I was gonna work a 9 to 5, and I did. But anyways, I ended up failing that class, and I had plans to graduate and start a job and do all this. Well, during school, I went to the career fair and I got hired with D.R. Horton.
What is D.R. Horton?
They are a mass home producer. They are the largest home builder in America.
Okay, they build houses.
True story. They build the most amount of houses here.
Okay. And that was basically what your degree was for, because construction.
I went in the residential route. You could go industrial, commercial, environmental. Yeah.
Okay.
I rent residential. I've always liked homes. I've always liked real estate, nice homes. I wanted to work for a luxury home company, but with COVID, nobody was hiring, and D.R. Horton, in my interview, they really liked my first interview, so they gave me another interview with the president to meet him. And you needed 5 years of sales experience, and I was 20. I wasn't even 21 yet.
Yeah.
I hadn't even graduated yet. And a degree was not contingent on this job, though. So nobody come for me because I did not graduate that year. So he was like, "You've never sold a house before, Cristela. Like, why should we hire you?
Like, why are you here?"
Yeah. He was like,
"Is this a joke?"
He really liked me, and he saw why everyone liked me.
Right.
But he was like, "You're 20. Like, why would we hire you?"
Right.
And I was like, "I've sold makeup for 4 years now, and I'm really good at it. I am the highest, like, in my team." And he was like, "What's your sales strategy?" And that week, I kid you not, at MAC, we had a sales training, and they gave us this card, this 5-point card of what you do to sell a product. And I was like,
"You remember that?" You were like,
"No, I didn't remember it." He was like, "What's your?" I was like, "I'll show you." I pulled out my phone. I had it like in the back. I was like, "Read this."
Oh my god.
My little uppity perky self.
Yes,
Here you go.
Oh my goodness, that's cute. That's brave.
Well, I would say I did remember it because that was my sales technique.
Right.
And so it was something along the lines of this. This is how you would sell a product, right? And I was like,
"Give it to us."
Yes, and I was like, and this is how I would sell your home. You have the interested customer. You show them, find out their pain points first of all, right? And then show them how you can help them. But give them a little taste. So in MAC, people would come in, maybe they didn't even want to buy anything. And just, so you're like, "Hey, what are you looking for?" "Oh, I'm just looking." "Oh, okay, well, what do you usually wear for makeup?" You know, like, kind of, what are they missing? Yeah, so they're like, "I just kind of do this, this, and this." And it's like, "You seem like a natural girly. Like, do you use moisturizer?" You know? And they're like, "No." "Can I show it on you?" And like confirm with them and make sure it's okay with them and be like, "Would you mind if I would like show it on you?" They like it, whatever. And then say they like it, but it's not in their budget. And I'd be like, "You know what? Let me give you a sample so you can use a little more. When you hit that paycheck, come back to me." You know?
Period.
Yeah. And so I told him, I was like, and let me put it in house terms. I was like, someone's coming in for a home. Their daughter is getting bullied in their school zone. So I know their pain point. They come here, and the house that they want is like $50,000 over budget, right? And here's what you do. You bring them inside the model home. You show them, how would you feel living in this kitchen? Can you see yourself eating Cheetos and watching The Bachelor? Like, you know what I mean? And I would we'd walk the home and be like, "Mi casa, su casa," you know, whatever. And so I would be like, "Okay," you just don't ever bring up price either. Like, that's not a factor. And be like, "How did you like it? How did this home make you feel?" Because you also don't want to sell to somebody, you know, that you can't help, because I'm not a saleswoman. I am here to help, you know? And I was like, you know, at the end of the day, this home would take your daughter out of the situation that she's in, right? And that's worth more than being $50,000 over budget, you know? And we can make that work, right? And they're gonna make it work for their daughter. You know, like, you don't try to sell, you know what I mean?
Kind of like self-sabotage.
I guess. But it's true.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you're just throwing in the factors into their face so they can kind of realize, like, yeah,
I think
maybe I do need this, maybe I don't need this. Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I wish I remembered all the 5 steps, but it was something along the lines of
but
that.
I mean, gave us some really good advice.
And I got hired.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
He was like, "Okay, babe, I want you."
But here's the thing. So you know how I said after college I wanted to get out and move? He goes, "Well, how would you feel about staying here in Bryan College Station?" I wanted to cry, literally, because I was like, I wanted to move to Florida. Because
with them? With
them.
Oh.
And so I was actually really sad, but I was like, I guess I'll stay here, which was the best thing.
So they would relocate you?
What do you mean?
Like, you said you wanted to work in Florida. Like, that company would relocate you?
So, in my interview question, they asked which city I preferred. And like I said, they're America's largest builder. So, they build in like 45 states.
So, you could have...
I could have been anywhere. Yeah. So, I told them...
would they house you, or would you have to do that yourself?
That's just all on like how you... Like,
or is that the same
this was for anyone trying to get a job. And something that I failed to do because I was a kid and didn't know. They need you a lot more than you need them. There's a whole lot of you. There's not a whole lot of yous. There's a whole lot of them. So what I would suggest is being like, look, I know you had 20 candidates and I'm your favorite. I need $5,000. So if you want me to move from here to Cali, I need that. They make millions of dollars a day. They can afford $5,000 to get their favorite agent if I'm going to sell that much, you know? So, yeah, that's just all about your negotiation technique, and I highly suggest that you do it.
Period. I know that's right. Know your worth.
Know your worth.
And don't settle for less is the moral of this story. Because,
yeah. You could
and a lot of people aren't brave like that. I feel like I'm talking about myself. I don't know if I would be, but I guess it depends. If you really want something, and that's what you want, you have to be. That's how you got that job.
True. Yeah. I was like, I don't have.
Right. If he's like, why would we hire you? And you're like, well, I mean.
Because I'm cool, because I'm nice, because I want this job.
Yeah, I really need this job, you know.
Oh, this is actually what I said. I forgot. This was the closing point, actually. He was like, but why should we hire you, right? Like, whatever. And I was like, I'm not a seller. I'm a closer. And he was like, he was shook. Literally, he was shook. And I was like...
Period, I would be shook.
He was like, tired. Like, he was just, yeah. Because it's true. I was like...
And did you back up what you was talking about?
I sold $4.3 million in their homes.
Oh my God.
I sold 28 houses in 8 months.
And how much of that did you keep?
That's a different story.
Too much information?
No, not too much information, but what happened was... So when they hire you, they tell you that they're going to give you an exam at 6 months. And at that 6 months, you take an exam, and if you pass or fail, you get hired or fired. Or you get promoted or fired.
Okay. That makes sense. Like probation.
In that time of the 6 months, you're on intern salary, which was $1,800 a month.
Okay.
And with my rent being $900... that put me at $900. My car being $200, that gives me $700. Groceries being $400, that leaves you with $300 on top of medical bills that left me with negative, right? And to be selling so much and getting nothing sucked. But they know what they're doing. So, like, and this is why, like, a whole reason why, like, I would never work a corporate American job, just how dirty they did me. They gave me half the first part of the exam 3 months in on a random day. They said, pop quiz. And I was like, and I got the whole thing wrong.
And you got fired?
No, this was 3 months in, right? And they just said pop quiz. I completely failed it. They were like, it's okay. Now you know what to expect in 6 months because they wanted to keep me. Well, I'm over here selling. I sold out their whole phase along with my partner. There was 48 homes. I sold 28 of them. I think maybe there's 52. I don't know. There was a lot of homes. But I know I sold 28. And so and then six months hits, they don't give me my exam, I think, and then the 7th or 8th month they finally do. And I'm like, hey, I'm missing part of my exam. And they're like, you took that 4 months ago. And I was like, I failed that 4 months ago. What do you mean? And then the rest of it was just silly questions that had nothing to do with sales. And I knew that, but like, it just was not at all what I was expecting. And I failed. And instead of giving me another chance, they told me that they were going to give me another chance for about a month, which allowed me to completely sell out their phase.
Oh my gosh.
They come in one day, you're fired. No warning, no nothing. And I was like, oh, how convenient when you don't have to pay me on the 4.3 mil that I've sold. And yeah, it was like I was like, wow, y'all really knew what y'all were doing.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, were you already graduated?
No.
Okay.
So actually, yeah, so like I said, I had that teacher that basically hated me and told me I was going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to see me fail so bad, and he failed me.
Wow.
With like a 68.
Okay. Did you graduate?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, and that was kind of the reason why I took the job in Bryan, because I was like, well, I have to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually appealed the grade, and what that means is that you don't have to retake the class and they'll give you the degree.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really thought I was treated unfairly, and I was. And then half the class went online because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he was a 10-year professor that, what's it called? He was a 10-year professor that had done this class outside. It was an outside, like, project.
Mm-hmm.
For 15 years. And, like...
Well, was this an engineering class or what?
Construction.
Construction class?
It was surveying, specifically surveying. You're surveying... You're measuring the topography of the land.
Okay. So how much longer did you take from when you were supposed to graduate, or did you graduate on time?
So that was supposed to be 2020, and I was supposed to graduate on time.
May 2020, or?
Mm-hmm. That would have been my 4 years. May 2020. And that class went online. It made no sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And we were supposed to have partners in that class, and they wouldn't text me, and I couldn't see them because it was COVID, and it was a mess.
Mm-hmm.
So they would turn in things without my name on it, and I would get zeros for everything.
Oh my gosh.
It was awful. I was very, very mistreated in that class. There's no reason why they
were they guys?
Yeah, they were all men.
Oh.
I was the only girl in that class. And so, yeah, there was none. So, he failed me. I appealed it. The appeal took a year because of COVID. It came back negative, so I appealed it again because I was like, y'all are...
Got me messed up.
Yeah.
After a year negative?
Yeah, and so then at that point, I'd gotten fired from D.R. Horton. I couldn't get another job, and then I met Bercy.
Mm-hmm.
Her and I traveled a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We went to, this was 2021, so we could start traveling again. We went to Vegas, LA, Orlando, Miami for fancies, and during that time, I'd gone to Cancun, like for vacation. So after I finished college, my roommate from college was traveling South America, and so her and I met in Cancun.
Okay.
And I fell in love with Cancun, y'all. Oh. This is my life story.
Yeah. This is where we get to the good stuff. You're gonna tell us about Cancun.
Yeah, so I was jobless. This was in 2020. I had a job at the time. And this was when I was working for D.R. Horton. Okay. And I met these men of entrepreneurs. I don't know, maybe it was 2021. I don't remember actually.
Okay, dates aren't important.
I don't really remember. But I met these men and they were millionaires. Okay. And I was amazed at the life that they shared.
You met them in Cancun?
Mm-hmm. Okay. That they shared with me. And then they happened to actually be from Houston.
Oh, wow.
So I met with them and they became like acquaintances, you know, and they shared their lifestyle with me a couple times and I was so inspired. And from there, I remember one time somebody asked, hey, what do you do for a living? And the guy cut me off and he was like, she's a serial entrepreneur. And I was like, I've never heard of that.
Oh, what?
A cereal.
Like, a cereal? You made a cereal brand?
No, like serial killer, like repetitive, like I did a lot of things.
Period! I like that. I'm gonna say that now. Cereal. Yeah. I thought you were talking about cereal. What?
You're so funny. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. And then from there you took what? You were like, I am.
I was like, huh. I had never heard of that. And so I was like, I guess I am. Because I didn't have a job. I worked for Uber. I guess I didn't have a job. So I worked for Uber. I did favor and I did makeup on the side. I was doing body sculpting. And that's all he thought highly of me as well, and I loved that.
He thought you worked an entrepreneur.
I worked for myself, yeah, and he was such an amazing entrepreneur, so if he saw a young entrepreneur, he spoke life into him.
He was like, period.
And it was really cool.
That's good.
So, and I don't even think he knows how much of an impact that little comment made, because it changed my life.
Do you have him in contact to this day?
Yeah.
That's good.
Shout out Brent.
Hey, Brent.
Like, I mean,
he's a millionaire?
Yeah.
I need his number. Just kidding.
LOL.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you were in Cancun and you what?
Well, yeah. So then,
you?
yeah, I was like, I love it here, and the flights were so cheap, so I frequented it, and I was like, what can I do?
Y'all heard of that? Flights to Cancun are cheap.
True, out of Houston. So yeah, I was so like inspired, you know, and I was like, I want that lifestyle. I can give that to myself, you know. And by the end of the year, I ended up opening Snatch in 2021 of October. I still hadn't gone back to school, so that's why I stayed in College Station and kept my salon here, because I had no idea, like, I still had to stay here for school. My mom, like, I had been working for a year for myself. I opened a salon, and my mom was still kind of like disappointed in me for not finishing college.
Because you still didn't get that degree in.
Right. So I ended up going back to college in spring of 22. I graduated in May.
So you just had to retake that class?
Yeah, I retook the class. After I accused the professor of being a racist, he quit. And so we had a new teacher. Yeah, I had pulled out the receipts that he was only failing Mexicans, which was a fact.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yep.
How'd you get those receipts?
I talked to all the Mexicans.
Oh, man. They all were having...
And they all failed. How coincidental.
Right.
So, yeah, and then, I mean, I think that's why they actually didn't approve my appeal.
Crazy.
I think that's why they didn't approve my appeal, because it was a racist base, and they didn't want to.
They don't want to deal with that shit.
They didn't want to say yes to it.
Damn for you.
So, and for that's why you're like, are you a writer at A&M? I would say no.
Right.
For that reason only, and it's unfortunate, but I hated that experience. So. I graduated, and after I graduated, I still had my salon lease, so that's why I stayed here. And so I finished the salon lease at the first Sola, and then I still, like... So I remember being in Cancun, and Steven texted me, the owner of Sola, and he was like, I'm so excited to see you for a second year, and I was like, I couldn't tell him no. I don't know why.
When it went from College Station Sola to Brian Sola?
Not even. When I was still in my suite over there, like I just didn't know how to say, hey, I'm leaving. Couldn't break up with him.
He's a sweet man.
I know.
Shout out Steven from Sola Salon.
Thank you for giving me a chance.
Yes.
Again, another person that really spoke life into my business. Steven always just thought I was amazing, and even when I was not.
Even with me, he did too, and especially when I really wasn't. You know, he's just a very great person to run from. I didn't run when you were running from.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
I remember when I started, he was like, "All right, you need to be making $2,000 a week, so you can be making the rent." And and I was like, "A week?" Like I was tripping. I was like, "Who makes $2,000 a week?"
You were making $1,800 a month.
Literally. I was like,
you were like, what, sir?
Excuse me? But I pretended like I did.
You were like, okay, yeah.
And I made it happen, because if I didn't, I Ubered, you know?
It's giving Miss Make It Happen.
And you remember when I told you, I was like, look, you don't just give up on your dream, you make it work. And I was like, and here's the thing, I did not care what other people thought of me. Like,
you knew you were that girl.
Not even like that, but like if people were like, oh my god, she works Uber on the side, she's not a full-time beauty. I don't care, I was making my money. You sound broke. You know?
Yeah,
so like true. I Ubered for a minute because Uber was good money.
And it's like with this industry, especially when you're starting out, things be slow sometimes.
When you start getting clientele, it's not like this.
Exactly.
If you are in any industry trying to grow clientele, you cannot get your real estate license, for example, and expect to sell 1 million houses tomorrow.
Right.
Because you've got to put in that work. You've got to build rapport with people. You've got to build your reputation as a person. Why would they work with you? You know? And give them a reason to work with you. And I did that in the beauty industry. You know, I'm very well known. I mean, I am booked nationally. Like, I have clients from Europe, Canada, America, Mexico. Because, and I get messages. I get messages weekly, hey, I found you from a Facebook group in Detroit. Hey, I found you in a Facebook group in New York. Or like, hey, your friend from college recommended me. Yeah, and they're all my Cancun brides. And like, it's crazy the good reputation that I've, built for myself. Because that's not easy, You can easily let somebody down, especially in the beauty industry, So in any industry, you can very much let somebody down. And so I hated that, like the feeling of letting someone down. So I did my best to never do that.
Right.
And if I did, I've always made up for it. I've always just been like, well, how can I make it better?
Exactly.
And that is what gives good customer service.
Yeah, exactly. Because you help, you make it, you fix it.
It's everything. Good customer service is literally everything.
So what made you really want to move to Cancun? Like, when was that time with that decision? Because you said you were at Sola and Sola again. So you were at Sola for 2 years. Working as an independent business owner?
I was at Sola for 1 year and 2 months, and then I left it to you.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't have the second year of Sola.
No.
I was
You were just like the behind the scenes.
I was there from October to December. And my goal...
Oh, because
because my lease ended in October, so I was there in 2022. Finishing my lease to my apartment, finishing the lease to the first Sola, and getting ready to move. I didn't mind signing a second lease because I did have intentions of having employees, and like I still have my body sculpting, so Anna helped out a lot. Like, she did a great job.
Shout out to Annie's Athletics.
Annie Aesthetics, let's go!
I was going to say Annie's Athletics.
She is a little athlete.
She is, period. You go, girl. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
So what was that pinpoint for you deciding to open up a business and then risking it to move to a whole nother place? Like, you literally opened up a salon, essentially, you had what? 4 of us there at one point, 5, I don't know. You had your employees. So what was that decision where you wanted to build that and work on it behind the scenes while living in Cancun and starting your own business over there?
Good question.
And let's make it quick and short because we have 3 minutes until we have to take a little break.
Okay. Quick and short, second time I went to Cancun, I knew I wanted to move there.
Okay.
I was in love with it, and I figured out every single way that I could do that. So then I started hosting certification classes, right? Okay. Those certification classes, I was like, wow, I don't have to do a lot of these to make good money. Good money. It is good money, but don't get me wrong, I am very good at what I do, and I have a really good technique. Right. And
you still put your all into the class.
I put my all into that.
What you make it worth what you're charging.
I also continuously educate myself, so that my students are literally learning.
And they can hit you up whenever.
Always. Yeah. So. Yeah, 24/7 mentorship. It turned me into a mentor, and I loved that. And I was like, I can do life coaching. I had done makeup for life coaching, like life coaches, and they inspired me to do that. And I was like, I could leave the salon to employees, make money passively, and go to Cancun, do both, be my makeup artist. I knew that I would make a living as a makeup artist. If I did what I did here, I could do it over there, right?
While also having this in College Station.
Yeah, and it's all in the marketing. I learned marketing really early on in my business, and I have ebooks on it now. They're only $4.
Link down below.
Silent plug.
Okay, y'all, we are back from that small little break. So, continuing on with talking about Cancun, I just want to know a little bit more about like how you adapted to Cancun, because you live there full time now. So, coming here from being College Station, how did that work out? Especially you not knowing that much Spanish. You know a lot of Spanish now. How was that?
Okay, well, I would say it was actually really easy because, like I said, I frequented Cancun for about 1.5 years before I moved. So it wasn't too hard. Every time that I left, I stayed longer and longer. Like, I ended up being in Playa del Carmen for like a whole month. And that's not that long.
You started learning routes and stuff and like...
Yeah, like, I would say, yeah, I definitely want to live here. I was spending more time there.
Than here.
Yeah. So I was like, I definitely knew I wanted to make the move. I think the hardest thing has just been the food. It's not good, and it's very expensive. The American dollar has gone down a lot, so like things have an exchange rate of 14 now, which means like
really nothing.
Yeah.
What would you say to those people who think Mexico is like a cheaper alternative?
I think Cancun ain't it. There is
maybe Mexico, but maybe not Cancun. Cancun is touristy.
Cancun is the biggest Mexico.
Yeah.
So
the biggest what?
The Vegas.
Vegas. Vegas. Oh, like Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
So I wouldn't go to Cancun, Mexico to get the cheap stuff.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Cuatro Ciniegas, sure.
Wherever that is.
Exactly.
Cuatro Ciniegas, I love that.
Cute little city.
Oh my god.
Very
so then
cute.
you adapt really easily, so you would say?
Yeah, I mean,
with like people like knowing.
People ask me if there's a Walmart. Like, there's a Petco, there's a Home Depot, there's Walmart. It's like
Starbucks.
There's a Starbucks. Like, there's literally everything except good food. Like, no Chipotle, no Torchies.
That's giving very South Texas, baby.
I know.
Stop napping. So you don't have like no in town coming back? Maybe not anytime soon, at least.
Yeah, no, just career-wise, it wouldn't make sense
Right.
because my career is going very well there.
It is. You're doing the thing. I feel like you're very. Not that you weren't known at the beginning, because I don't know, but now I see that you're like.
I'm
you show me,
yeah.
You're like they DMs all day. Confirm.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, just.
Can we know how much you charge for a bride?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, so it depends. So usually, just for the bride, it's about $550, depending on $500.
That's just makeup.
Just makeup, but it includes a lot of things, and that's again why I probably wouldn't move back, because being over there, it has allowed me to really be creative in my business and be like actually providing luxury services to clientele that's wanting it. And here I wasn't finding a plethora of that.
Right.
Over there, I'm finding it every day. And so
like your ideal clientele is over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like it is very rewarding having a career that rewards you, you know, and I feel very valued, and because I get to put out valuable work. Here I was just telling my friend, I was like, I used to just do eyeshadow makeup just to pick up, like, you know,
an extra $30.
Exactly. I would never do that. Like I get to, you know,
It's kind of a waste of time.
Yeah.
Like, why am I just doing your eyeshadow?
It's great for, you know, starting people looking to find clientele and really figuring out what they want to do.
Yes.
It's
But that wasn't
great.
you. That's not
I'm not there anymore, thank God. I have leveled up and I get to be exclusive with my clientele, and it's
That's amazing.
beautiful. Yeah, like I offer things because I know they're wanted there.
Yeah.
If I offered them here, I stopped offering them because nobody was wanting them. Like I offer teeth whitening, so I'll give them the strips, the ID puffers. I do stay for touch-ups. I have consultation. You saw my consultation call. And you know, I just want to do so much more and provide so much value to these women that are traveling across the country
to get married
and have the best day of their life.
Yes, you make their experience very unique, very personalized. You see, she makes them like little name thingies. Like, it's so cute. Yeah. She has all these Amazon wish lists for them to like look at, like very detailed. Like when you book with her for makeup, if you're listening from you're going to Cancun, just everything. She has it all ready for you to just sit down and get your makeup done. With a whole lot of extra stuff.
Yes, and they truly feel like they had a luxury experience.
Right.
And like I said, I offer payment plans. Well, like I said to you earlier, I offer payment plans because I don't want them, again, in sales, price should never be an option. If you have a valuable product, they will still pick me at $500 over the person that's doing it for $120.
Right. Because
they're like, well, even if I pay for less, I won't have a good day. I'm not going to get what you gave me, you know? That's why I'm not worried about charging what I want to charge, because the other people out there are charging around like $120 to $180. I know there's a couple that are pretty comparable in my pricing, but, you know, they even have asked me like, well, how are you? I mean, I've seen it in the insights of my Squarespace. It tells me exactly who's looking, in what city that they're in. On my website, it'll tell me. So I know other makeup artists that are actually looking at my page so that they can get inspired and be like, well, what can I do more in my, you know, and I love that. Like I said,
so
I want to be in coaching. I want to be in mentoring. So to know that what I'm doing is inspiring others, and they're like, and they've even reached out to me and be like, well, hey, what are you doing to charge so much? And I'm not trying to gatekeep. I want everyone. There's so much.
Want everyone to eat.
There's so much food. You know what I mean?
Yes, and people.
I can't say it all.
Yeah, you love to, but hey, you love to share.
Yeah, and like there's just enough for everybody, especially in a $1 billion beauty industry.
1,000%.
You know what I mean? Everybody can succeed, and there's no reason why they shouldn't. You know, especially when they're very talented individuals. You know, there's a lot of talented people out there that I've met, like at the salons that I work at, and unfortunately, they just like haven't had the opportunity to learn about marketing and branding and the technology of SEO and just so much that they don't know in Mexico. And like the place I got Botox at, the lobby, he was like, hey, I'm actually a makeup artist too, and I see how successful you are and you've only been here in a year. He was like, would you mind giving me any tips? And I was like, yeah, I did this, and I was like, I would love to like bring you on to one. I was like, just send me your work, you know, because I still...
Oh, you wanted to even... That's so sweet. Y'all need to learn to be like her because there's so many haters in this industry, and it's sad to say, but it's the valid truth. I feel like, do you agree?
Yeah.
There's so much hate. There's people out there who maybe have been doing this for so long that they just feel like everybody can eat.
Like we were saying about that woman, like she's entitled, so she thinks she's too cool to like talk to her customers or like take a client or, you know, just... You know, if somebody, like this morning, somebody was like, no B-Day. And I was like, good morning. Would you like to make an appointment? Like, what happened to hello? How are you?
Were they asking
and she was like,
birthday makeup?
Yeah, she was like, I saw you only do weddings and you don't do birthday makeup, but it's my birthday today. Where's your salon? And I was like, I don't do birthdays. Like,
you focus on bridal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I niched, you know? I'm not going to go out of my way for... it's just not worth my time.
It's different.
It's very different.
You have an experience that you provide for a bride. That's your thing.
Yeah, and I enjoy doing that. I no longer enjoy doing birthday makeup for $75. You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I just don't need to because in that time, Cancun is such a big city. That is another thing. Cancun's so huge, so I don't really like the traffic. So driving somewhere, it's usually about 30 minutes. It takes about 3 hours to 4 hours out of my day. Maybe 5 if I have to clean and, you know, I sanitize everything before every client. So, like, that takes a lot of time that I could have not been doing that and working on my bridal business, perfecting it, responding to clients, writing contracts. I could have been doing a lot more. So I actually completely stopped taking social makeup because it took away from the luxury experience of my bridal clients. And they pay me enough to where I don't have to do that.
Right.
You know, I'm not fiending for little clients because I put value into my work and my clients value me.
And they see that. I feel like that even helps. They're like, okay, you're a specific bridal makeup artist, so you know what you're doing for me to look amazing on my special day.
And it makes it easier for my audience to find me because they are looking up Cancun makeup artist, bridal makeup artist, and they're going to find me, you know?
Wow. That's so good. You're that girl. I want you to do my bridal makeup. Would you do it? I'm gonna go get married in Cancun. Not soon. I don't know if he'll still be over there. Maybe he'll be retired.
Maybe I'll...
All this money you got.
I'll always do makeup.
You always do makeup? You'll never retire?
No, I don't think I would do makeup forever, but I do want to, like, grow a line.
Obviously, maybe do,
brand.
have people working, doing makeup for your brand.
Yeah, doing all that. I want to own a salon, like a salon suites. I would love to have something like this. You know, and I would. That's like the ultimate goal for me, and then be able to get into coaching, and then I'm only having 4 classes this year. So I was gonna have one in March, but with my family emergencies, that did not happen, and I'm rescheduling for June. Well, I'm having my one tomorrow, but that was last minute.
Is that a one-on-one? Okay.
So June, September, and November.
Okay.
So those are my next 3 classes, and I want them to be group classes, but still pretty small because I want them to learn. I want them to, you know, succeed and leave the class being like confident to work on a client.
Like this was a good class. I feel like that's very important in taking a class. You can't just give I'm not saying that you do, but like people in general, you can't just give a cliche class.
No, because some people are really just doing classes just to make money.
Exactly.
And they have never furthered their education, or they copied a class. You know, I got certified in another lip filler, and the woman that certified me originally copied her entire class. And I was like, I wanted to message the woman that actually made the class, because I know she was the original creator, and just be like, I just want to let you know there is a woman out in Houston that has stolen your entire course that you put love and effort into, and she is selling it for that much, for $1,000 more, and she's I mean, it was just really disheartening when I found that out.
You were like, I just paid for the exact same class. And like,
it wasn't even about the money. It was just the fact that people are out there doing that. Mm-hmm. It's just tacky. Yeah. Like, you know, like why?
I agree.
Come
up with your own course.
I literally go on Canva. Mm-hmm. I have the design made for me, but all of that is my information. And they are learning.
You customize everything.
Yes. And that's after me taking courses and learning and following people and experiences that I've had on the body, like, mm-hmm. and truly, I've been doing this since 2018. Mm-hmm. So I've been doing body sculpting since 2018. And then I got into T20 and then lip fillers. So to see that, I was just appalled. Yeah.
I know you're lying.
Yeah. Wow. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Did you end up messaging the person or not? Nah.
I still to this day want to. But
you just don't want to even.
I just don't want to get messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do they live in completely? Yeah. Do they live in completely different cities?
I think one's in Austin, one's in Houston.
Okay. I think relatively close, to be honest. Wow. Mm-hmm. What would you tell to someone who maybe is thinking about wanting to work, maybe not necessarily in Cancun, but outside of the country or in a whole new place that doesn't want to make that move? Maybe a new city, new state, because you've done it all. What would you tell someone who wants to do that? Make that move, but they have a business as well, but they don't know where to go and take it.
That's a really good question. So my biggest advice is master marketing. That's
oh my gosh, I thought she was going to do something else. Cut. Okay. Master marketing. Do you know what I was gonna say?
Yes.
Master marketing. What do you mean by master marketing?
You
like
need
just really fully like.
You need to be a master at marketing. You need to be a good marketer.
Okay.
If you are going to pick up and move to a whole nother place where you don't have a reputation and you don't know anybody, mm-hmm. you should already have a bit of an established portfolio. Mm-hmm. You know, so people can see.
A whole bunch of pictures and stuff.
Yeah, just like, you know, just have something, mm-hmm. just a little bit to show credibility. Right. You know, people want to see that. But at the end of the day, I had to reach out, like networking.
You sent emails, DMs to people?
I messaged probably like 10 people a day, nothing crazy. But it added up to about like maybe 800 people, wow. You know, over the course of like 3 months. Mm-hmm. I messaged photographers, wedding planners, other makeup artists, hairstylists, DJs, wedding venues, and I was just
everything in your niche that were related
everything in my niche, and wow. I was like, "Hi, I'm a new photographer in Cancun.
Photographer.
Or I'm a new makeup artist in Cancun."
She's switching careers on this.
I was stuck in photography too, and I was like, "I would love to work with you." And I even told a couple photographers I would do their clients for free, mm-hmm. because I just wanted to
get out there
to build my reputation and be like, "Hey, this is what it's like to work with me. If you want to share that experience with your client, next bride that contacts you, maybe you'll recommend me. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe not, but I will come anyway." Yeah. Mm-hmm. Got left on red a lot. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of people responded and some didn't. Mm-hmm. You know,
that's okay.
Yeah. And I will say, as I did get clientele, I ended up working with these people. Mm-hmm. So I had already been like, "Hey, I messaged you," and even if they hadn't messaged me back, I understand they're busy people. I had like it was nothing weird, yeah. And it was nice to get to know them in person. And then they were like, "We'd love to work with you again." Like the flying dresses in Cancun. Mm-hmm. They've recommended me for a couple clients, and I've recommended them for a couple clients.
Yeah, she's done a lot of partnerships too with like different people in different aspects. Yeah, that's amazing.
We have LV management with Fly Girl Destiny. Shout out to her. We did modeling for a rental car company out there, a luxury rental car company. So they do McLarens, G-Wagons, Lamborghinis.
Did they let you drive it?
No. Oh. But I gotta take pictures in it. So what really matters? I wouldn't want to drive it.
One or the other.
I want to be driven in it.
Driven, okay.
So we did that. I'm really actually working on this year collaborations with hotels and restaurants. So I'm doing a lot more restaurant reviews and hotel reviews. So I have I have resort review Sundays. So every Sunday I do a resort review, and except this this week I am not doing one for the fam.
That's actually, I love those videos that you do because it just kind of shows, even for people, even if they're not getting married, they're looking at the resort. So that's, they need to give you a promotion, a freaking weekend or something.
Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah. That is the goal. And I will say a lot of my brides are like, I'm so glad you made this. This is where I'm getting married. I wanted to see what it looked like, you know, or I still have my 2025 brides that booked with me, but they don't have a venue. And they're like, oh my god, I'm still picking, which one do you want? And I'll send them all my videos and they're like, I love the Royalton or I love the Rue, you know? So, and then just, here's the best part about acclimating to Cancun. I get to be on a 5-star resort about 3 times a week. So that's
literally,
the best.
And they have to get you a day pass, right?
Yeah.
So you can't be there all day. Free food, free drinks, free open bar. Like, she don't drink like that.
I know. But I eat like that.
That's crazy. That's so fun. I feel like that's, wow. I love that for you.
It's fun. I gotta bring you on one day. I will.
Period.
That'll be fun.
Yes, you have to. Next stop, y'all are gonna see me in Cancun. Assistant. Okay, so is there anything that you want to add before I go into these fun little questions I have for you?
No, that's everything.
Okay, we're gonna jump into our next segment. Y'all already know we're gonna do the rapid fire questions. So rapid fire. So we're gonna jump into our next segment, rapid fire questions. I have a few little questions for you, just get to know you a little better. You know, your vibe, your opinion, and yeah, they're fun. Okay. Fun questions. Okay. So we're gonna start nice and easy. What's your favorite dish? Your favorite food?
Oh my god, pasta. I love pasta.
Any kind of pasta?
Favorite
Italian restaurant?
Favorite Italian restaurant? Oh my god. It can be
here or over there. Don't say Olive Garden.
Imagine? Oh my god, that's such a hard question. Oh my god.
Great place to get pasta from. She's not a real pasta lover.
Piata? No, just kidding.
Or you make your own.
I do make my own pasta. Like I don't know. There's this place called Mr. Don Mario's on 10th Avenue in Playa del Carmen. They have really good spaghetti.
Ooh, I need to try it. Next time, take me.
Yeah. Or ceviche. I love ceviche.
What about your favorite Mexican dish? Will that be ceviche or no?
Ooh, I do love ceviche. Pozole.
Pozole?
I love pozole.
Y'all heard how she said that? Pozole. Let's say it. Pozole.
Pozole.
Sole.
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 What I say?
Say the E very soft. Pozole.
Pozole.
There we go. Yeah. Duolingo up
in this. ASMR in here.
Period. Okay. Favorite drink?
Water.
Just a beverage. Water? Okay. Favorite alcoholic beverage? Like your go-to when you go stay at a resort?
Ooh, tequila Sprite.
Tequila Sprite?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they have Sprite over there? Isn't it Squirt?
Yeah, they have Sprite.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Oh, not where I go to Mexico. She lives in the touristy area. Okay, favorite song at the moment?
I can't think of anything right now. Favorite song? I don't know.
Like, what song are you listening to?
My 728 Hertz music.
What is that?
It's like frequency music to help.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Wow, period. Okay. So do you have a favorite artist? I guess that's a more...
My favorite artist will always be Drake, because I just love him.
Drake, I love that.
I'm like, I just love him.
Favorite Drake song, like a go-to Drake song.
I'm like,
she's a fake pasta lover and a fake Drake fan.
No, how do you pick your favorite Drake song?
Like one that you can listen to right now.
Okay. There's one.
Best I ever had. Best I ever had.
Yeah. The one that says, "Can I show my love
for you?"
I can listen to that all day.
I think that's...
I know that's just like a sample from another song he's taking, but that song I could listen to all day.
Tennis shoes or heels?
Heels.
Heels or chanclas?
Chanclas.
Period. Not for free. Gosh on them toes.
That'd be $5.
Whiskey or tequila?
Tequila.
Tequila or vodka?
Tequila.
Tequila or beer?
Tequila.
Tequila.
Tequila!
What's your favorite tequila?
Don Julio.
Don Julio. I love that. I love that. Okay, well, we did all those. What do you do for fun?
Cuddle with my dog.
Cuddle with your dog. What's like your go-to hobby over there in Cancun?
I do Pilates and work out. I'm the lamest 25-year-old I know.
No, that's dope. I like it.
I do I would say I like to do fun, like try to do something fun, like an excursion or something, like at least once a month. Like me and my friend will go on a yacht every now and then.
She's really pretty.
She's beautiful.
Yeah. So are you?
Thank you. Yeah, she's a great time. I think being with her is actually my favorite hobby.
Oh, I love that.
I think like she provides, like she's just my girl that's just like, come hang out, you know, like that friend. And I'm so happy I have that friend in Cancun because she's
your vibe.
Yeah, like, and we have game nights together with like her husband and my boyfriend. And
I love that.
It's so fun. Like I feel like homey with her. We spent Thanksgiving together, Christmas
I see
together.
that. That's great. Where's she from?
She's from Vegas
wow.
area. Cali. She's from Cali.
One of your really good friends, like in Cancun. That's good. I love that for you.
And she like you said, she's so beautiful. I've even told her, I'm like, you literally have inspired me to like want to dress myself up going out because I just kind of stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Like I stopped putting the makeup on because I didn't like cleaning more brushes if I didn't have to. I'd rather just go fresh face and like no makeup and like using my own product, but she makes me want to feel beautiful, and I
love that. You need friends like that, friends who just like fit your vibe and like make you want to do better. You know, not that you're not, but you know, better like. You know.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Your circle is important.
Yes, even with anything, not even just look wise, but like career wise and moving forward wise.
Everything.
Yeah. Must have makeup item.
Must have makeup item. For me personally, bronzer, mascara, and gloss. And concealer. I have really bad under eyes.
That's the whole face.
Really?
She said bronzer, mascara, concealer, blush, right? Or what'd you say?
Did I just have to pick one?
Yes.
Bronzer.
Bronzer.
Yeah, I would say bronzer.
You're not a blush girly? A lot of people have said blush or gloss.
No.
So bronzer.
The gloss girls sound like they have chapped lips.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
I was one of the gloss girlies. I would say gloss and blush. Lashes for sure.
I like blush. But
you can go without it.
Bronzer, I can put it on my eyes. I can put it on my little nose.
True.
Around my lips.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have to change the
blush, not so much.
Right.
For me, because I'm darker.
But you could use like a purple.
Imagine. I'm good.
Okay, well, that's all the questions I have for you. But I just want to know, is there anything that you want to say? Well, what are your goals for the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's such a good question. In 5 years, I really want to own salon suites.
Okay.
Whether it be in the States or in Mexico, that's an ultimate goal. I also really want to be doing certification classes.
Worldwide?
Well,
country.
I think I just really want to focus on mentorship and coaching. Like, I really want to hone in on that. Like, in certifying the beauty community and, like, new beauty entrepreneurs and just inspiring other women and, like, just showing them that they can do it too. Like, it's 2024 now. I started this in 2021, October 2021, so it's really only been 3 years. One of them, I moved to Cancun, so it took me a year and a half to grow clientele, grow to 10K a month, make a 6-figure salary, and move to Cancun. That took a year and a half. You know, and I will say the year and a half was when I moved. Actually making good money took 6 months.
Yeah.
So the idea when you're in such a bad place seems like the idea of making 10K a month when you're struggling seems so unlikely, you know, and trying to, you know, encourage these women and tell them like you can do it and like knowing I do that because I am literally a living testimony. I came from nothing. Like I said, my mom was a waitress and a teacher. I had intentions on working a 9 to 5, but I didn't. That was not
you broke the cycle.
That wasn't what God wanted for me. And so I just, like I said, it took 6 months. It did not take a lot of time for me to grow clientele, get into a salon, and really do it, you know? And I just want everyone to know that literally they can do it too, you know? Like, I am no one special. I am the same inside, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, anyone can do it and everything is possible.
Yeah.
That's very true. And you just have to know that to really go through with things, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's like my life passion. I would love to have a beauty brand. You know, I have a talent, a God-given talent, like I said. I'm like...
And it's also a passion, which I feel like helps a lot, you know?
But really at the end of the day, my passion is really like motivating women to live their best lives because I have seen women struggle. I know men struggle as well, like not taking that away from men at all.
But you know,
but that is my niche, you know. Yes. I am a woman. I'm a girl's girl. I love women. I want to support them because, like I said, There's room for everybody.
There is, and I love that you think that way because not everyone thinks like that.
Yeah.
So I love that for you. What is your biggest takeaway from this? What would you tell to anybody who, I mean, you kind of did, but just, I guess, more personalized, what would you tell to somebody who wants to enter this industry but feel like it's maybe too saturated, maybe they won't fit in, or they're just scared to take it full on?
Yeah, I would say treat the situation like there's no plan B. Because my thing was I couldn't get a job, right? So I literally had no other option but to start a business because during COVID times, nothing was hiring really.
Wow.
So I had to grow a business. So if you kind of treat it like a plan B and you're like, oh, well, I have my job. I mean, granted, I don't really recommend completely quitting your job and ruining your life, you know, but you know, if you really don't have a plan B and you really go full in, you will win. There's no secret to it. If you put in the work and you're consistent and you have faith, you're going to get to where you want to be.
I love that so much. That's so true. You just can't give up. You have to. That's good. Like, treat it like you have no other option.
You have no other option. Because if you do, you'll be like, you just won't put your all into it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I got a back burner, you know, at least I have like something to save me. And
That's
you will
true.
go to what is comfortable and safe. As a human, that's what you're going to do. You know?
I love that so much. That's really good advice. Thank you so much for that. Well, is there anything else you would like to tell the people out there or anything that you want to close us off with?
If you listen to me talk for 2 hours, thank you.
You talked about a lot of great pinpoints, a lot of great stuff. I felt like this podcast was amazing. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for bringing me. This was my first podcast, so this was so fun.
It was fun. Oh, it was fun for me too. Of course. Thank you so much for coming. This is an amazing business, baddie in business. I will have all her social media linked down below wherever you're watching, YouTube, Spotify, or Apple. Tune in. This episode will be uploaded the 29th, so whenever you're listening to this, uploaded every Thursday at 10 a.m. to all available streaming platforms. And thank you so much for coming and just talking about your life with us.
Thank you for having me, and I'm so proud of you also.
Thank you.
Personally.
I love you.
Look at how far you've come.
I know. If y'all didn't know, Cristela was definitely like one of my mentors in my career, so I love her so much.
Still and always.
Yes, always and forever. But thank you so much for coming. And yeah, I will leave all her stuff linked down below. And
thanks.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Wow, period. We did that shit.